Brahmasri Neelakanda Gurupadar.
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री दैवं सत्यप्रकाशम् दैवं स्नेहमानन्दं ज्ञानमानन्दं गुरु परमहंस गुरुविनु प्रणामम्.
This name is familiar to most of the people on spiritual path. Swami was born as a second son of Sri Mahadevan Pillai and Kochappiyamma on 21st of December 1900 in the auspicious house of Triketa Star in Thiruvananthapuram district of Kerala. Swami started his education at the age of 5 under a popular scholar of Chemparanthi named Narayana Pillai. After about 4 years of education, he got involved with his family and in agriculture. Along with that, he developed a proper system of spiritual practice. When he became a youth, he was absolutely focused on japa and dhyana. During this period, he used to be in profound states of dhyana in the cave temples of Madavurpara and in Vellimala Subramanya Swami temple Samadhi. At these places, Gurupadar received darshan from Sri Ramadasa Lord Hanuman and the embodiment of Vedanta Lord Subramanya Swami. The Swami, who himself was Hanuman Swarupa, was a great being who acquired the supreme states of mastery by reciting and hearing Adhyatma Ramayana. He possessed the Ashtaishwarya Siddhis, including knowing the various dimensions of time, appearing and disappearing in different places at the same time, and taking the form of different creatures. Swami imparted the knowledge of Vedanta to the public in a simple manner. After his enlightenment, he bought 14 cents of land and established Sri Ramadasa Ashram, where he installed the picture of the coronation of Sri Rama and started worship. The ways of his worship was very special and of difficult nature, which cannot be observed in any other spaces of worship. Afterwards, for about 45 years, until his Samadhi, Swami never even once stepped out of the ashram. His body was so lean that he seemed to be just skin over his bones. Swami used to wear just a towel and he coiled his long matted hair over his head. The entire world is one family. This great message was the one which Swami put forward in this world. He used to do daily worship at the ashram, which several devotees used to attend. Once, 2 mothers requested for Swami's help as they were alone and wanted to return home late at night from the ashram. One among them was a mother named Pachi. Swami told them, "You may leave. We will accompany you." One had to reach Kulattur and the other had to go to Poundikonam. The two started the journey and both of them were guided by a bright light along the path. Both of them traveled in different directions without fear. Along the way, Pachi uprooted a tapioca from a field, took a bite, and continued to walk. The light was still guiding her. After a while, she unrooted another tuber and carried it in her basket. All of a sudden, the light disappeared, leaving her in pitch darkness. Pachi got frightened and apologized for her act and somehow managed to get home. The mother who traveled to Chenkottukonam reached up to the front door of her house with the aid of the bright light which she saw from the beginning of the journey. After a few days, Pachi came to the ashram. The woman who talked loudly complained to Swami that she was left alone in midway. Swami promptly replied, "Yes, should we support you for your theft?" She said, "Swami, I did it to satiate my hunger." Swami replied, "We were still accompanying you until you uprooted a tuber the second time and carried it in your basket." Pachi could give no explanation. "I won't repeat it," she said and prostrated him. When many such incidents are unraveled, it will be impossible to explain them with scientific reasoning. Swami provided vibhuti as prasad. Large crowds used to gather in the ashram to receive this vibhuti and his grace. Swami used to give this vibhuti for redemption from diseases and possessions and as a solution for every problem. He explained the Vedic idea of Ramayanam as Ra, or the darkness should disappear in order for one to see Rama. It was Swami who imparted this idea to the Himalayan yogi Sri M. The very popular Avadhuta Sri Shiva Prabhakara Siddha Yogi Paramahamsa, who lived for 723 years, spent 3 years in Sri Ramadasa ashram at Chenkottukonam with Swami. Swami also maintained an inseparable relationship with Sri Narayana Gurudev. Swami generally used to be silent. His responses were mostly through gestures and looks. Swami had several disciples who received such experiences from him. Many of them have witnessed him as Sri Anjaneya Mahaprabhu while he performed his worship. Mahasamadhi of Swami. Great yogis most often reveal in advance the exact moment and date of leaving their body to their disciples or devotees. Leaving the physical body willfully is a mastery attained only by great sages. When ordinary people look at death only with fear, great beings know them in advance and prepare themselves to dissolve their prana with the Supreme Self. They predict this moment of final dissolution. When such yogis attain this ultimate state of equanimity of consciousness, that particular space gets filled with the odor of camphor and vibhuti. Brahmasri Neelakanda Gurupadar had made such a prediction regarding his Mahasamadhi and revealed to his disciples and devotees. On 26th of May 1965, on the day of confluence of Shukla Paksha and Ekadashi, in the Uttarayana and in the pre-decided auspicious moment, that great being attained Mahasamadhi after entrusting the duties of the ashram on his disciple Satyananda Saraswati. It is notable that the ashram was filled with the odor of vibhuti and camphor at the time of his samadhi. Swami's biography Pada Puja was written down by his disciple Satyananda Saraswati. Several devotees from different parts of the world still visit Swami's samadhi at Sri Ramadasa ashram to receive his grace.